I want to call it The Campaign, right? But there's a film with Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis.
but it's a terrible film, so who cares?
Yeah, so I was going to say, we call it The Campaign and the tagline is, but better.
Right, Rich, we've got to make a movie where Owen Wilson becomes president.
Oh, yes.
Now, it started because the other day I saw that clip from the Morbius trailer. Not the Morbius trailer. the Loki trailer, and they'd like Frankenstein's together a sentence where he said, "This is the first time for me in the Marvel universe." It's like,
yeah, like it sounded like Christopher Walken.
Yeah, it was terribly edited.
This is the first time for me in the Marvel universe.
The Walken cut.
Yeah, I made a meme before and WhatsApped it. Yeah, where it was Owen Wilson going, "This is the first time for me as US president."
Yeah, you know what's funny? We have deepfake and we could easily just deepfake that. It's just well better just to edit it.
So your first thought when you saw that meme was, let's make a movie based on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought there was a lot, because then I was like, oh, the Zelensky thing would be a good parallel because of his film.
Yeah, we should explain that. So Zelensky, the leader of Ukraine, started off as a comedian on a TV show called Servant of the People. And
yeah.
The premise of that show was he was a teacher who gets into an angry rant in the first 5 minutes of the episode, and one of his pupils record it and upload it online, and he's ranting about how bad Ukraine politics are and how corrupt the country is. It goes viral, and he then decides to run for president.
There's a scene in the film where he gets a call where they accept him as an EU. I can't remember if he gets accepted or...
He's talking to Angela Merkel, isn't he?
Does he get accepted or does he not get accepted?
No, I think they don't.
You know what was funny though? It was this eeriness of them wanting to join right now because to prevent Russian stuff, and that video came up and I was like, wait, what? Why is it filmed as if it's in a film? I was so confused. I thought it was like a news clip.
You thought it was...
I thought it was news. And I was like, wait, why?
This
why
is before you knew that he used to be a comedian on a TV show.
Yeah, so I would, all of a sudden there was a sea of clips of why has his life got an origin movie?
I kind of wish you hadn't found out now. I prefer the world where you think that he's had HD cameras following him around like he's David Brent.
Yeah, like he's in the Truman Show, but he knows about it.
So we're sort of doing an adaptation of Servants of the People. But we'll be going our own way. We're just stealing the basic premise.
Yeah.
So Owen Wilson is 55.
Is he?
Yep. So I figured, when he's doing that angry rant in the start of the film, I reckon we have a line in there about how the presidential candidates are all ancient and should be in retirement homes. So who is Owen Wilson first? Is he playing Owen Wilson? Or is he a teacher? Is he a comedian? Where is he?
I think he's Owen Wilson. What do you think?
He's the actor Owen Wilson.
Yeah, so it's the unbearable weight of talent that Nick Cage film will do that.
Yeah. I like that because it means that we can be what the director of Being John Malkovich was like.
Yeah.
Where John Malkovich was acting and the director came in and went, John Malkovich wouldn't say it like that.
Yeah, so we make him say, wow, have you seen?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, Owen Wilson wouldn't wow like that. So Owen Wilson wants to make America wow again. So he runs for president as an independent.
What if in this film, the film he's on the set for, he is playing a Western dramatization of the Zelensky film?
Right.
And but then while
I should have known this would be ridiculous when you laughed before you started telling it. I love how layered this is. Go on.
But then when he's on that set, he realizes this could actually be a campaign. So then the campaign marries with the trailers for the film. So the trailers for the film are the trailers for the campaign.
Okay, Owen Wilson is doing a Western political adaptation of Servants of the People.
Which also feels proper offensive. Because Americans always ruin it, don't they?
So he needs something.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's left, isn't he? Well, he's American left. Right, he's not a right wing. Yeah,
but I imagine he'll be running as an independent here, like Zelensky was.
What's a very emergent issue with America? I would probably from the news in the UK, I'd say it's shootings, isn't it? I would say pew pews.
I was praying you wouldn't even bring it up. We'll have no chance.
Okay, fine. There's the emergent issue of... okay, maybe we base it around the TikTok banning or something.
I don't think Owen Wilson would quit his acting career because he loves TikTok.
Time is running out!
What about Medicare?
Yeah.
That's monetizable.
Hey.
Sorry, I looked into the corner of my room then, like there was a lawyer there.
Like, give you the thumbs up.
Yeah.
You'd always need one when you're recording with me.
Again, I wish there was a camera then.
Just pants and no one.
I genuinely looked around.
Can we okay that, boss?
Right, so he has a need. He thinks Medicare should be available to all. He wants, like, an American NHS. And if he's running as independent, he'll be like... Wait, Washington was the only independent presidential candidate, wasn't he?
Really? He wasn't a federalist, or what's the other one?
I don't know. I don't know American politics.
I don't even know, man.
Should we cut that bit? Because he might think we're not right for this job.
Yes, we'll cut that.
We know everything about American politics.
Yeah, I was born in it.
Thanks, Bane.
I was trying to think of the rest of the line, but then all I could think was... That's a Tim Allen impression of Bane there for you.
Cheers, mate. Right, should we crack on with this film?
Yes.
Do you reckon the trailer for the film he's doing, so he's doing the film Servant of the People, do you reckon that goes, like, viral, and then people start spreading it, and people start bringing up, hey, maybe this is the right guy for the job?
Oh, you know what? Here we go. We'd have to get Owen on board with this, but he suffers with depression, doesn't he? And mental health services in America are shit. So This would be his sort of push for that. He does, like, an ad-lib where he's actually fuming on the set, and it doesn't go down well.
Oh, okay, sense. Yeah, like Christian Bale, but it's about society.
Why are you walking across my set? Owen Wilson just fucking, I mean, wow, all the suffering people out there.
Owen Wilson is so soft-spoken. I don't think I've ever seen him shout.
Yeah, there needs to be a scene of him getting angry actually later on. You know, like, Matthew McConaughey was known as a comedy actor, I think, or like a rom-com actor.
Yeah.
And then he has like a couple scenes in True Detective and you're like, where the fuck was this dude all the time? Is this the person who was in Dazed and Confused? What?
Or How to Lose Your Man in 10 Days or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
So the You Go Somewhere is Owen Wilson kicks off on set, goes off on one about politics, so...
is this when it blows up and he thinks he has a chance and he starts running?
Yeah.
I think I've got the clincher. He doesn't realise that this is all drummed up drama for it, and then election day happens and he gets joked about or something. I mean, he can't get in, can he? Everyone thinks it's a part of the film and he's like trapped in this hyper reality.
The only reason why the studios have actually been backing him is to promote the movie.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love, I want to call it The Campaign, right? But there's a film with Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis.
but it's a terrible film, so who cares?
Yeah, so I was going to say, we call it The Campaign and the tagline is, but better. It's also boss because, again, this is about, like, Ukrainian issues and it's just been completely ruined.
Yeah, but that is typical Americans, isn't it?
Yeah.
So is he not going to become president at the end of this?
I want to say no. Because that's our British sort of cynicism. But
this is an American film now.
But we need a franchise. Owen Wilson, president, 100 years.
I kind of like the idea that we make him president just so we can have him appear as president in other movies.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like in Rick and Morty, there's always that favorite president. Yeah. It'll be Owen, so in our future movies, it'll be like,
how can he appear in...
Wow.
Oh, I've got one. So if we make him president in this one, we're doing the Art Attack movie next, aren't we?
Yeah.
Where it's like the movie adaptation of Art Attack. So the post-credit scene for this film could be him in like a kindergarten.
Yeah.
And he's reading to the class. And a secret agent comes up to Owen Wilson's ear and whispers in his ear, Mr. President, there's some artwork on the White House lawn. America is under art attack.
Yes, beautiful. Beautiful.
That's a terrible idea.
And it just pans to like cityscapes just full of like artwork on the fucking skyscrapers and stuff. People crying in the streets.
Hang on, we just changed the ending to this movie to make it more American. The first thing we do is promote a very British film.
Yeah, Art Attack.
That's the thing with Americans, though. Like Ricky Gervais said in that article we always talk about. Americans are brought up to believe any one of them could be president one day, and that's their mindset.
Yeah, whereas we're consistently reminded by our coins that you're just a peasant. You're just a peasant.
You think the Americans would have cottoned on, considering that 2 presidents was father and son, and 2 of them were almost husband and wife.
It's hilarious, isn't it? Dynasties.
Yeah. When George Washington became president, he didn't really want to do the job. He just did it because he was the best man for the job. And he was asked about it, and he said, I didn't defeat King George III to become King George I.
Ooh.
And I always thought that was quite nice, but it's not American politics today. Here's the thing about this film. Owen Wilson wants to be president to make a change. But the thing with America is, the president doesn't make any decisions because, like, Congress doesn't it?
They can introduce executive orders and stuff, and they can introduce bills, but they would be a lame duck president when they don't have the Senate or the Congress.
So even if he does become president, it's not like he's going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, I think that's the funniness of it, really. Like, he gets in. Well, he wins the primary, but he doesn't win any firepower.
Yeah, he's an independent. He has, like... I like it.
Yeah, he's an independent, so why would he have... He'd just be constantly faced with, like, nonsense. I don't even think...
He may as well not be president.
Yeah, because they're a 2-party system. I know there's independent, but it's basically a 2-party system. When you're in England, you vote for the party, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you sort of vaguely toe the line of what the Prime Minister points out, but, you know, you need a good chief whip for that, which was what Frank Underwood's job was, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I think he used the whip in a different way.
Cut that.
Did you look out into the corner there?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I have a lawyer all time. The irony is, man, because I laughed, it's got to stay now.
And it was just the silence, and then I cut that.
Right, so when nearing the end of the film, Owen Wilson has discovered that the studios were only backing him, not because he believed in him, but because he wanted to promote the film.
Yeah.
So how does he now become president? I love how, from a story perspective, he should not become president, but because we're trying to be American, we're trying to force it.
This is where we need an antagonist, really. Like,
well, aren't the studios now the antagonist? If we need an antagonist, we have people running against him.
Right, I think the studios need to back someone else at this point. Like, Owen Wilson finds out, basically, and he goes, no, this isn't for the film, it's for reality.
Presidential candidates have to announce who's backing them. So what if he finds out that the studio are, like, backing his biggest rival?
Yeah.
Because
he goes, what's that for? And
they believe in it, they actually support him.
Yeah, basically, there's a tough conversation where they say, listen, Owen, you were only a runner because we needed someone to run against.
So he runs for president anyway.
Yeah.
Then he's got to return. This film doesn't make any sense. Because we're going against our instincts. Because we want Owen Wilson to be president.
So we can say the heart attack scene.
We're forcing a story so we can do a parody of what happened on 9/11.
This is the equivalent of, like...
I'm actually crying. This is like Madam Web. It's a filler movie.
Yeah.
Right, let's just get something down. No one's gonna watch this film anyway.
So, he runs for president anyway.
Yeah, and then he returns. He thinks Medicare should be available to all. That's his need. So,
yeah. He's like, fuck America, no one should have it.
Okay.
He becomes he's like a plutocrat.
Wait,
what?
Maybe that could be it. Maybe he becomes president and learns that he can't change.
He's like, fuck it, I'll just lean into the capitalist system. Yeah, that makes sense.
He becomes what he hates.
Yeah, with the ability to change. No one said you had to be changed in a good way.
Unable to make change.
You know what's funny? Because this is all based on him being depressed. So he's like, what's he saying there? He's like, fuck it. We're gonna be depressed anyway.
Oh yeah, we show him on Inauguration Day and he just looks miserable. He looks sadder than he was at the start.
Yeah, he's like, I got everything I want. I still want more. Wow.
You know what, man? That's the worst film we've ever pitched.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing. Actually terrible.
Because we actively went against all our instincts.
Yeah, because it's obvious that he doesn't get in. And it'll just end with an ending scene of him, and he's acting. So he's real all through the film, and then he starts acting at the end because he realizes it's all for show and it's shit anyway.
You've actually made it sound alright. That sounds alright when you put it that way. In that the film starts with him as an actor with the best intentions, and ends with him as an actor with no intentions.
In fact, yeah.
Right. You know what, man? I didn't think this film would be the one that broke me.